Hi, welcome back to another episode of our Halloween survival world. Today, I'm not actually in survival, I am in creative, so I can attempt a tutorial on a Gothic mansion. This will be my first time trying to do a tutorial, so give me a little grace. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Despite how long the video is, hopefully I can cut it down. It's a relatively easy tutorial. It's a lot of repeated windows and patterns. I'll build the front of the mansion with you and then time-lapse the rest of the sides so you can see where the windows get placed on those sides. I'm going to start by building a platform. You don't need to build a platform if you don't want to. You could build it on the ground. You can find a flat plains biome. You could build it in the air. I'm just building the platform so it'll make building this Gothic mansion a little easier for myself because I'm going to eventually terraform all this land around it. I'm going to start with the framing of the mansion because I think that'll be a little bit easier to follow, and then after we could fill everything in. So I'm going to start with the center of the mansion, which is going to be the front door. So wherever you want it to be centered, this is what you'll place in the center. I'm using Acacia Log for this, but at the corner where orange shows, we're gonna cap it off with the Acacia Wood, where it's the bark on all 6 sides and doesn't show any orange. So here's another example. Do an end cap of the Acacia Wood here, bring it out with Acacia Log. This is gonna be a total of 15 blocks, and end cap it with Acacia Wood. We're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side. The width is also going to be 15 blocks, then after that you can just connect all the corners. We have 3 more acacia blocks to lay down and then we are done with acacia. We are going to lay 3 more blocks down above the first 7 that we laid down. Okay, that is the base for the mansion. We are now going to be building up. I'm grabbing polished deepslate, and these first 2 that I'm placing, you don't have to worry about yet. We will get back to those when we get to the front door. We're gonna move to the front, and it's gonna be 4 blocks over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Place your polished deepslate. Do the same exact thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Place it. After this, we're gonna just do it diagonally on each of the 4 corners. We're going to also line up polished blocks with the ones in the front. I believe it's 11 blocks over, but either way, they're going to be perfectly lined up with the ones in the front. All of the polished deep slates we just placed, we're going to bring them all up 19 more blocks for a total of 20 blocks, excluding the 2 in the center by the door. Just keep ignoring the door till later. We will get there. Now, if you've seen the thumbnail, which I assume you have because you clicked on the video, but if you've seen the thumbnail, you'll know that the middle section is a lot taller than the left and right side. So we need to bring up the 4 polished deep slate columns in the middle. We need to bring it up 13 more blocks. So the whole column will be a total of 33 blocks. For this next part, keep your polished deep slate blocks on you, but also grab the polished deep slate stairs and slabs. Anything I'm doing for the front of the left side, we're also going to be replicating on the right side. So it's all going to be mirrored. Starting from the bottom, 10 blocks up, we're going to be placing a sideways upside down stair. I hope that makes sense. And then we're going to go all the way across with front facing upside down squares. And then the very last block will be another sideways upside down stair. God, I hope that makes sense. We're going to be replicating that on the right side as well. Just do the exact same thing on the right side. Now we're going to connect the top of the short sides to the middle of the tall ones. This is going to be a little bit different. We're going to use temporary blocks. Place a dirt block or whatever you want to use as your temporary block. We're going to go 2 of those out, knock down the very first one you did, and place an upside down sideways stair against the dirt block. And do the same thing for the other side of the dirt block. And then connect those with upside down front facing stairs. Bring that all the way across, again, except for the last. And then here's a little bit of an up close version. I don't know if it's going to be easier to see this way. It's a little hard to explain. I'm not the best explainer about anything. We're also going to do that same exact design for the very top of the middle. Ah, I hate that. I hate that I can't explain it right. But you can visually see it. Hopefully that's better than me explaining with my terrible words. We're doing the same to this top one. We are closing the top of it off with the same exact design as the two shorter ones. We're gonna close off all the tops on the back side as well, but just the tops. We're not gonna cut the two smaller ones into two sections like we did the front side. Unless you want to, unless that's how you wanna decorate this. You can take any liberties you'd like. It's all up to you. So the back side, we're gonna do the same as the front. We're gonna close off the tops, but I'm also, instead of cutting the two small ones in half, I'm gonna cut the middle large one in half. Just bring that line all the way across. Here's where you start to use the slabs. Replace all of the dirt blocks with a top slab. After this, we're gonna close up our sides, but you're gonna grab a cobbled deepslate slab. We're gonna put it on the sides, but do the bottom half of the slab. Do it on the other side as well. We're jumping back to the front of the building. We're gonna start on the left side. We're gonna build the roof now. I'm using all the varieties of deepslate bricks, so the stairs, the full blocks, and the slabs, as well as walls. So we're gonna start with an upside down stair facing the left side of the building. And right next to that, we're gonna have a regular facing stair facing the right side of the building. And under that stair, you're gonna put a wall. With the deepslate brick block, you're gonna place 2 blocks on top of the upside down stair. And then you're gonna take another upside down stair and place it against the top deepslate brick. And then you're just gonna continue that pattern 4 more times. Once you get to the top, instead of the last block being a left facing upside down stair, you're gonna make it a forward facing upside down stair so it faces the front of your building. You're just gonna do that same exact pattern and connect it to the top, and you'll have an outline of a roof. For the point of this roof, we're just gonna put a full block on top of the upside down stair with a half slab on top of that. We're gonna do that same exact design on the middle and the right side as well. From here, you can absolutely just fill in the rest of the blocks to the other side and fill in your roof. This is where I start to get a little scatterbrained with my tutorial and I jump around a tiny bit, so hopefully it won't be too much, but you are more than welcome just to fill in the whole entire set of roof across the way. I do start here on this inside because it gets a little cramped building in survival, but the roof is really easy. Just take each block and drag it all the way to the back side of the mansion. I'm also gonna add some froglights to the corner in here because once the walls and the roof are completely done being built, it gets a little dark in that space. So we wanna light it up so you don't get any mobs. Also with your cobbled deepslate slab, we wanna close off the sides of the tallest part of the mansion because I forgot to do that earlier. So we're just trying to tie up all the loose ends. Finishing up on the roof, but you're gonna wanna grab your polished deepslate stairs, and everywhere that we replaced a grass block for a slab, I want you to place an upside down stair in front of the slab and also one below it. A bunch of examples are on the screen now. But when you get to the front of your building, on the top of the middle one, instead of upside down stairs below your slab, just put a full block. I know I'm using slabs, but it's what I had easiest to grab in my creative. But use a full block, it's fine. I've now last minute decided to cut this left side of the mansion in half. So it's just the same designs as the front and back side. Back to the roof. Sorry, I'm jumping around. I'm trying to rein it in. We're gonna place a cobbled deepslate block right behind the first brick block of our roof. We're gonna take that up and it's gonna be a total of 8 blocks. After that, we're gonna place 2 cobbled deepslate walls. And then on top of that, we're gonna place 1 iron bar. My iron bars are black because I'm using a WBC Builds texture pack, which is really good. You should just all join their Discord and grab it. It's so nice. Next, we're re-grabbing our polished deepslate stairs and we're gonna put them upside down on all 4 sides of the second cobblestone block. And then we're gonna put glow lichen on those upside down stairs. We're gonna do the same exact thing in the same exact spot, but on the back side of the mansion. So up 8 blocks with your cobblestone deepslate, 2 walls, 1 iron bar. Take your 4 polished stairs upside down around the cobblestone and some glow lichen. We are still on the left side of our mansion, but now we are at the very top of it. Instead of going up 8 blocks with this column, we're only going up 6. The rest of it is still the same. So it's 6 cobblestone blocks, 2 cobblestone wall, 1 iron bar, the 4 polished deep slate around, and the glow lichen on top. And do the same exact thing for the top of the back side of the mansion. I'll also be doing that same exact thing on the right side of the mansion. For our middle section of this mansion, again, it's going to be easy. It's the same exact thing, but we're going to be adding a column on each side and in the middle. So the middle section will have 3 columns on the front and back, whereas the left and right just have 2. Whew, okay. That is the frame of our Gothic mansion. Now we can start filling things in. You can fill in the roof if you haven't already filled it in. I'm using a mixture of deep slate bricks and cracked deep slate bricks for the roof to give it some sort of little bit of texture. To get the wall pattern that I want for this mansion, I have to put a bunch of temporary blocks behind it because I'm going to be using deep slate and cobbled deep slate. And deep slate is directional, so whichever way I face it, I have to place it against the dirt block, which I'll show you up close. But for now, we just gotta fill in this entire mansion with dirt. So this is what the dirt wall will look like. It is right behind the acacia block. The pattern is gonna start with cobble deep slate, cobble deep slate, deep slate. So it's every other one. I did see this pattern on a B-dubs video, which I will link because it's absolutely amazing. I was so shocked when I learned that this pattern was only 2 blocks, but it's gorgeous. For this deep slate like that, when you put it to the side, it's directional, and this is the way I want it to face. So you have to place the deep slate block against the dirt. See, like here, that's not the direction I want. So against the dirt. This is the pattern for the entire mansion. So if you want to pause here and fill in the entire thing, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to stick with this section first. I'm going to start cutting out some of the windows. And these windows that I'm going to do are the majority of the windows on the building. So learn it once and repeat. Now this is the basic module for a majority of the windows. The only difference is some of them will be stretched longer and then most of them will stay this side. So inside you can do any decoration you want. I'm just doing some candles for right now, but that's all the windows. Super easy, quick design, and repeated a bunch of times and still looks nice. For the small window, that's going to be an upside down stair, and this one's going to be a regular stair. In the section right above the one we just did, I'm going to fill in the wall, and it's going to be the same exact windows minus the small one in the middle. That is the left side of the mansion done. Now we're just gonna take that exact thing. Oh, thunder. We're gonna take that exact thing and put it on the right side. Two sides of the mansion are done. Now we can work on the middle side. I'm gonna fill it in and then we can start working on the door finally. This is the cutout you want to start with for the door. And then on top of each cobblestone block that you see at the top, we're going to put an upside down stair over it. Except for this middle one, do a regular stair, not upside down. Polished basalt is going to go behind the wall, just one column. And then behind each spot that you put an upside down stair, there's cobblestone behind that stair. So put the basalt behind the cobblestone. Here's an up close so you can see better. Next, you're gonna put an upside down stair on the bottom of each piece of basalt you just placed. Sorry if it's a little hard to see. The backside of this mansion has so much sun. I should have flipped this build around, but this is what we got. We're gonna put a column of stripped warped wood diagonally across from the polished basalt, and then also behind each upside down stair you place the second time, not the first time. We're gonna fill in this door completely. We're gonna close it off. Because it's not going to actually be a useful door, I'm going to eventually make a door with sculk sensors that you could just walk up to and it'll open for you. That will be a completely different video than this one. We're going to put glass blocks in front of it, and then on the left and right side we're going to put glow lichen, and on the middle we're going to put the Sculk Veins. This bottom part of the window is a little hard to see what I'm doing, so I'm just going to call out what blocks I'm using when I place it. So those first two were 2 slabs. Slabs again. More slabs on top to make full blocks. More slabs, you could just use a full block. And these going along the edge, it's right around the whole edge of it on the outside, are upside down stairs. I think the rest is easy to see now. I'm going to do the same thing with this one and call out the blocks I've used. Those were all slabs. This layer are upside down stairs. We're cutting this out. And the thing I haven't said is that this mansion is for a warden. I'm eventually going to try to get a warden and put him into this little window that I'm making right now. For now, I'm going to leave this window open because I will eventually put the warden in there, but if you don't want a warden, you can just close it off. This next window is the last window design. These are normal facing stairs. Then we have upside down stairs with some upside down left and right facing stairs and 3 slabs below there. That is the completed front side of this Gothic mansion and everything that you needed to learn to build the rest of the Gothic mansion. So you can take any of these windows, mix and match them on any which side. I'll put in the time lapse of how I decorated the rest of the mansion. Uh-oh. I'm so sorry. Sorry. I thought I was recording and I wasn't. But all that was missed is a little bit of this side of the mansion. You know, same windows are just a lot taller, and there's different decorations on the inside. And there's this like little strip going around the edge that I'll continue. This is what it looks like because I still forgot to record this side. Sorry guys. On to the back side now. Don't forget the sides. I almost did forget these. Once everything's done and built, you could take down the dirt wall. This is the mansion fully complete and done. I absolutely love it. I'm obsessed with the back, and I don't know if it's just because the lighting is super good, which makes it look nice, or if I just like the long windows. I'm not sure. I love it all. I think my warden is going to love being in here, even though he's going to be trapped in a little window. I hope this first tutorial, if you do end up following it, was easy to follow. If not, so sorry. I will work on it. I will practice tutorials. I know some people don't like commentary in their tutorials, and some people do. I'll find my groove eventually. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed my Gothic mansion, and I'll see you next time when we try to get a warden inside and probably make our automatic door. Bye!